We have a listening assignment today, everybody. This one is for D, my buddy Dan up in Missouri. And I asked him to listen to the debut album from a band out of Detroit. It was formed in 1994. The band is the Detroit Cobras. And the album is Mink, Rat, or Rabbit, which was released in February of 1998. It was the first of 4 or 5 LPs that this band has produced. They've continued to play around the Detroit area and actually tour around the world ever since the mid-90s, but they haven't recorded anything since about the mid-aughts. But this is the first one, Mink, Rat, or Rabbit, and Dee just gave it a listen for the first time, and I'm really interested to hear what Dee has to think about this one.
Thank you, Scott. Yeah, it was a interesting assignment. I was not familiar with these guys and gals known as the Detroit Cobras. First initial impression, I really liked it. It reminds me of garage rock, pub rock, possibly. And what they've done, they reinterpret a lot of classic Motown rhythm and blues R&B songs, some that were very popular, some recorded by the Marvelettes and Shirelles, and they put it in this sort of garage rock blender on top of Rachel Nagy's vocals, and it comes out something totally distinctive and fun. All the songs on here are between about 2 minutes and say 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And they're all up tempo chuggers, and perfect if you're going to a bar. And I can see why they were popular in the greater Detroit area. Apparently there was a revival in Detroit of garage or maybe proto-punk, to use a label, bands at that time. And what's interesting about the Detroit Cobras is they did all covers. This is their debut album, and you would think, well, that's kind of a hard way to make a career. But as I said, with Rachel Nagy's vocals, it puts a whole different light on it. And to describe her vocals, she's husky, gritty, and it comes across in some of the songs that her persona is sort of a bad girl. I'm not the one you want, though I know you think so. 'Cause I'm a bad girl. I'm a bad girl. I'm a bad girl. But I'm too good for you. She still has a little bit of a heart of gold, but yet she's not going to take any crap from you. That's the energy I got from the selection of some of these songs, because the female Motown groups at the time were a lot about heartbreak and lost love and all that. But with Rachel Nagy's vocals, it's like, yeah, you broke my heart, and I might just kick you in the butt. That's what I got from some of this, and it's interesting that and this is the time when I believe likely they built their following through a lot of live dates locally. And they were given a contract. And, it's something almost unheard of today where you can make a career. And apparently their first 4 LPs were primarily remakes of other established material. But the guitar work, you could compare it to maybe early Stones and Kinks, only with a little bit more fuzz in the guitar. But Rachel Nagy, I think she carries the day for the Detroit Cobras. Her attitude and just the way they treated this material. I thought what was great about Mink, Rat, or Rabbit was the opening choice of a song, which was the Cha-Cha Twist. I thought, oh, this is Chubby Checker. Well, it's not exactly Chubby Checker, but it's got that same energy, that same kick attitude, and it just draws you in for the rest of the album. Tell me, baby,
the cha-cha twist. Oh,
Rachel Nagy passed away about a year ago, so that's a big loss. I have not heard any of their music, not without Rachel Nagy. But boy, this was really a big chance. You know, you go out there and, you know, let's record some oldies, but put our own stamp on it. And it worked. And it worked, I think, very well. The title of the LP, Mink, Rat, or Rabbit, is taken from a song called Hitting on Nothing, which is one of my favorites from this LP.
You promised me a mink coat for my birthday. I ain't seen mink, rabbit, or rat passing any old way. I'm so tired of your talk. Hit the road, jacking. No more talk.
Yeah, with that rough and tumble spirit, I just call it a vintage rock and roll with a woman's point of view.
This to me is a perfect blend of garage rock and you know, old 50s and 60s R&B. You know, I mean, it's just, who would ever thought that you could do that? But these people figured out a way to do it. And I thought it was fantastic. I was a big fan back in the day. They put out 4 studio albums between this one and 1998, and their last one was 2007. It's great stuff. I think on all 4 albums, I think there was one original song on maybe the 3rd album. Rachel died in January of 2022, and they were just getting ready to go on a European tour, and they were going to record another album, actually, I think maybe for Jack White's label, when she died. We don't know how she died. It was sudden. It just one of the band members made a post on social media that announced that she died, but there were no details. Mary Belle Restrepo, who's the rhythm guitar player, and she and Rachel were the 2 constants in this band. They had a rotating cast of musicians playing lead guitar, drums, and bass. But the constants from the beginning were Rachel and Mary Belle. And Mary Belle, sometime in the summer of 2022, put the band back together with a male lead singer, and they did a show in Detroit as a tribute to Rachel. And it went well. It went pretty well. So they went ahead and got the band together, and now I'm reading that now they're getting ready to tour the United States. I don't know what happened to the planned album, whether they'll still carry on with that or anything like that. But I would imagine they're kind of in a phase right now where they're still regrouping and trying to figure out what to do, because she was really the centerpiece of this band, you know. So yeah, like any band, they all of a sudden they lose their really assertive and out front lead singer. You know, it can be tough to regroup from that, but apparently they're trying, and they're getting ready to go out on tour. Thanks, Dan. I know you a long time. I've known you since we were kids, and I knew you would love this thing. I knew this was going to be right up your alley. I had no question about that.
I appreciate it, Scott. It was very accessible and yeah, right. Like they say, right in the old sweet spot.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop us a comment, and we will see you again soon. So long.
Sing the old man blues. They're trading your Playboy for some hush puppy shoes. One more time.